So yeah, this new album sounds like a bit of a crack, doesn't it?
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. A bit of a crack?
A bit of a crack. Well, it sounds. If you're up for the crack, it means. What does that mean? It means you're up for the a good time, basically.
Oh, okay. A bit of a crack.
It's a bit of a crack.
Okay.
So I mean, it's.
Yep. Whatever you say, it's fine with me. I'm going to agree with you.
I mean, obviously the first one has a place, in rock history, in its own right.
It has a place in today's history.
I mean, the man from the record company was saying that.
Thank you.
You did a bit of promotion a little while ago to let people know it was, doing this new one, and that was enough to set the old one, the first one, rather, back into the charts again. I mean, phenomenal. It won't go away, will it?
No, it hasn't gone away. I mean, it's still, in the terms of, like, I don't know what it's done in 93. I know what it's done in 92. What it did in 92. It sold as if it was a current record in 1992 all over the world.
It's phenomenal.
Not just in England, but it would have sold enough in England to have gone gold. In England, it would have sold enough in America to go platinum, enough in Australia to go platinum, enough in New Zealand to go gold, enough in Ireland to go gold, enough in Canada to go gold, enough in the Scandinavian countries. I don't know if it went gold, but it continues to sell.
Phenomenal.
At an unbelievable rate. And it's not, some of them, I mean, it sold over 2 million copies, like 3 or something. So even if you say, okay, 400,000 of those were people replacing cassettes or whatever with CDs or whatever, okay, that's reasonable. Even 500, say that. You still got 1 million, almost 2 million people that are just buying it for the first time. And the thing is that it has never, it didn't have a resurgence. It's never not done that.
It's never gone away.
It's always done that. I mean, you can just look at go back and look every year at the English charts and look at from 78 up till now. I mean,
it's always there.
It's always there.
Did you have any idea at all when you were making
that album? Now, would you have really?
Well, no, you don't. I mean, you don't have an idea. You don't sit there and go, "I know this is going to sell like millions."
Yeah, and 15 years from now, I'm going to be sitting with you and saying to you, "No."
But you haven't. I'm sure you.
The only thing you know
when
is
when you're doing it, you get a feel. You go, "Oh, there's something about this." So you get
there is.
The back of your neck tingles a bit, or you just get a vibe, don't you? Did you get anything that made you think? Oh,
no, it's just we thought it was. Well, because I can explain this. I didn't know the album was special, necessarily. What I did know is I did know that the combination of me singing a Jim Steinman song caused an audience to react in a way that I've never seen audiences react.
Yeah.
And even my band live. Now my band live, I've got people in it like Pat Thrall, who worked with Pat Travers. They worked with Asia, Curtis Steiger, Joe Cocker, Little Steven. I mean, they've been to the concerts.
They've seen that. Yeah.
They've seen it. They've been on stage when audiences react certain ways, and when audiences scream and yell. But they come and they play with me, and they say that there is something totally different about how an audience reacts to what we're doing than anybody else. There's a feeling that happens, and it's they yell the same, they scream the same, but there's something else that there's some other trigger in there.
Do you think that's because it's big? Because it's a big. I mean,
I think it's because Jim Steinman. I think it's because Jim Steinman has the ability inside his lyrics to touch the human spirit, and I am able to deliver it in such a way that it makes it all very personal, not to me, to the person who's listening to it. And it's not, believe me, it's just an ability. It's a gift that I have. I didn't sit here and go, okay, I'm going to go do this. But what I have done is that I have realized the ability, and I've tried to perfect it. I've tried to perfect it with different techniques. I've tried to perfect it in different ways, and I'm very much aware of what that is now. It's like in 1975, 76, 77, 78, I was aware of it. That's what made me stay with it, because I had so many people wanting me to do so many other things other than work with Jim Steinman. And, I mean, I could have joined Ted Nugent. I could have gone into Foreigner. I could have been in REO Speedwagon. I could have done... But I'm saying, those are the things that were on my... You got to understand that as Foreigner was being created, I mean, I could have been in Foreigner. I think Foreigner would have been different had I been in it, though.
I think so, yeah.
You know, I mean, I think it would have been a different thing. But
more awake sort of band.
I'm just saying... But I mean, those were the. I mean, there was more choices. You know, I mean, I could have easily not done it. I could have stayed into the acting, strictly, just stayed right there, and I probably, I know, I would have done really well.
I mean, it is hard. It is hard
but
to.
But it's the personalization. So what I've done is I've just perfected that technique. But that's what it is, because literally, if you could peel off the name Meatloaf off of Bat Out of Hell, and put whoever owns that record, their name on it, that's who it belongs to.
Yeah.
That's really who it belongs to. Because it's not stories about us. None of Bat Out of Hell actually happened to us. I mean, it's just far from, it's the imagination. It allows the imagination. It allows everybody to be creative. There's no hold. However creative you are as the listener, that's how creative you can make it.
It has an immense scope in the sound of it, the feel of it, the lyrics.
It does, but you know, mostly what's happened is people like this is over and over and over again. People have come up to me and go, "That 2 out of 3 song, that's the story of my life." But you understand what they just said? That's the story of my life, their life. And Bat Out of Hell. There's been 10 people. I know of 10 funerals where their last request was that the song Bat Out of Hell was played. Because it was their song.
Yeah. It is very rare. It is very rare when something can, any work of art, and I will say art, because that's what it is, can touch people in that way.
And it really has all over the world. And I say that it's timeless. I say that if we could go back to 1190 with a Panasonic stereo or whatever we had, and once they got over the fact they wanted to burn us at the stake as witches, and would actually sit and listen to it, I think that...
It would touch them in the same way.
That's right, because it deals with this human spirit and human emotion.
Or why do something...
Because the work was so good, and because the work is so rewarding, that... If it's like, why would Al Pacino, after winning the Oscar, want to go do another picture?
Yeah, but he wouldn't go and do, let's say, the same picture.
But we haven't done the same picture. Not even close. But he might do a picture that would be called Serpico 2.
Yeah.
You understand? He might recreate that character, but we didn't even recreate that character.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Lovely.
He didn't even recreate that character. We didn't. You understand? What we did, what we're saying is, by calling it Bat Out of Hell 2, besides the fact that it's a very good marketing tool.
Oh, yeah, you can't say it that way. I mean, it's rather foolish.
the thing that we're really saying is that this is describing a way of working. And what we're saying is that this is Jim Steinman and Meatloaf, and we are working exactly the same way that we did on Bat Out of Hell.
I mean, I was going to ask that, because, I mean, in real terms, for most people, the work that you've done in music and the work that Jim Steinman has done in music, since you first got together with the first Bat Out of Hell, you haven't achieved anything like the same kind of.
That's right. And it's real obvious, and it's real, and this should make it. This should make it as obvious as looking in a mirror at your own face, because you see Bat Out of Hell, and you see Jim's work, and you see my work, Nothing's bad. I mean, it's not that we did sit there and purposely didn't try. I mean, I give it everything I got all the time. The only one that happened on was an album called Midnight the Lost and Found, and I just said, I can't do this record, and I left. And it just happened to have vocals, and they put it out. And you notice I didn't do another record for that label. That was it. I mean, I just said, guys, I cannot deal with it.
Because the original this album was on a different label than the first Bat Has a Hell?
Yeah.
Is this
no?
why?
They wanted this, but the original company wanted this. I just and we thought long and hard about it. There were several labels, and we thought long and hard about it. And I wanted certain conditions set forth from that label, and they weren't willing to give it to me.
Right.
So I said, well, then I don't want to give you my product. I said, because I think this is going to be very special, and I don't want you to have it. They want it real bad.
I can imagine.
But all you got to do is look how. I mean, Jim and I we're not stupid. Jim is a very intelligent person. We're not stupid. We know that the work that we do together.
Well, it's very special.
It is, because what we do is we make each other better. He makes me better, and I make him better. I make him a better writer, and he makes me a better singer. And that's the bottom line. And that's what makes a team, or that's what should make a team. It's like everybody pitching together to do the best they can, like a soccer team. There shouldn't be a single star. There should be a whole team working together, and everybody should make. There might be a star on there, but the star will only be as good as the guys he's got around him to have a winning team.
Are you going to be taking this show out on the road?
Oh, absolutely. For 2.5 years.
Because I mean, that's refreshing to hear, because there's an awful lot of in the climate the last few years, sort of concert-wise, there's been an awful lot of people coming out expecting themselves to be incredibly huge, and then wonder why they don't sell any tickets. The reverse side of that is people just not touring. They put an album out and they'll sit there and go, well, if it sells, we'll tour. If it doesn't, we won't. But it seems to me that
the album hadn't sold a single copy, and we sold out all our shows in December here.
Oh, brilliant!
I mean, basically within a few hundred tickets of 11 shows, and all, Wembley Arena, NECs. We've already put tickets on sale for March, I think.
Oh, that's excellent.
So, I mean, this thing hasn't sold a copy. So, I mean, the record company cares. I enjoy touring.
You must be one of the few growth areas of the music business.
I guess. I mean, because what it is because I've always come in concert, no matter where I've gone. I'm not saying every show has been great, because it hasn't been, because just some nights are better than others. But I don't think I've ever purposely let the people down, and they always think that there's value for money inside my shows. And I've been touring here now for how many years? 15 years. So, and to all of a sudden, put tickets on sale, and just from the fact that they heard there's a record coming, they sold out, basically.
Well, I mean, I think people like an event. I mean, like a show. I mean, time was people used to go and see an artist or a band, either because it was the only gig in town, or because it's just something people did. But now, I mean, for all kinds of reasons, people want and kind of expect a show, an event. That,
Yeah, and I do an event without all the bells and whistles. It's a human event.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. I don't have a lot of bells and whistles. I mean, I have a few of it. I deal with technology. I like, we have some interesting lights, but they're not the show.
Yeah.
The lights are not the show. The people are the show. The people that are on stage and the people that are in the house.
Party at your gigs? I mean, in talking to people, all kinds of things have happened while people have been performing, or, I mean, there was that woman at the Houston gig a couple of weeks ago,
I don't know anything. They do that all the time, but
all this,
they do that all the time, but I never see it. I never see it.
The lights are coming above and below.
No, it's like everybody else on stage always sees it. The only time that I've ever seen anybody, I mean, they take their clothes off all the time at my show. And I've never, I'll come back and they go, "Did you see that girl in the front with her top off?" And I'm going, "No, I missed that." The only time
the drummer, I'm sure.
No, the guitar players, everybody, my wife, the singers, everybody would, and I never see. The only time I ever saw it was there was one girl, and it was really disgusting, as a matter of fact. took all her